Muskie at the time was the coach at Victory, so he offered me a 2-year deal playing Argentina. And I remember when the draw came out, everyone just counted us out straight away. It's a very respected league, so for me it was without a question to come here. You think of the players that have come through there, you know, you got the Brazilian Ronaldo, you got Romario, you got Memphis Depay.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Right in front of Hayden Fox it was. Now George, good delivery and a header! 1-1! The Victory back on level terms, and Thomas Deng has his first A-League goal.
How was your life in Kenya?
Life in Kenya was was good. You know, I grew up with my 3 older brothers and an older sister, and you know, it was mostly our mother that was around the most. Dad was off working because he was a doctor and he was always in and out of town. But it was a fun time. We played football all the time, and you know, like I said earlier, I was always running after my brothers and following them to go play with their mates. You know, even though I was a little kid, I always wanted to prove myself or just hang around them, and it was a really fun time.
Where did you play soccer? Like, what was the situation? Was it on the grass? Was it on the concrete? How was it? What was your memory of you playing soccer there?
Everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere. On the street,
the house,
at the local parks, and at the flats, because we lived on the top floor. So even on top of there was there was an area where you could play. It was just everywhere that we could play. We did.
Your transition from Kenya to Australia.
For me and my siblings and my family, I think it was quite a culture shock for us. That's like the first time you've ever been on a plane. It was a sacrifice, you know, my parents had to make for us and our futures. We went to a language school first when we arrived.
Yes, ESL. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So we went to a language school, and there we fitted right in because there was, it was very multicultural. There's different backgrounds, you know, people from Afghanistan, West Africa, you know, East Africa as well. So it's very diverse.
Yeah.
So for us, you know, we fitted right in, and being able to play football, because I think with football you don't really need a language. You know, you can just go and play with anyone. So that's another thing that helped us. The first team that we played for was Adelaide Blue Eagles. And I think at that time, I probably started when I was about 7. Me and my brother, we had to get public transport or, you know, ride our bikes to training.
Yes.
So,
Definitely. I remember those days. Yeah, I mean, you have to literally do everything by yourself. Parents, I say, they don't understand the power of sports, right? And they don't understand the power of being in a sporting team. So for them, it's like you guys just going to muck around.
Along the years, you know, we had, you know, teammates that will tell their parents or sacrifice to come pick us up, and also coaches. Like that little help was very big, but I don't think they realize, you know, because for such a young person to always have the responsibility to get on to training on time, or to take 2 trains, it's quite a lot for a young kid, you know. But like you said, we do it for the love of the game.
From Adelaide then to Melbourne?
Yeah.
Why'd you move to Melbourne?
This is like a funny story, because one day my sister come up to my mum and she was like, I think maybe we should go to Melbourne. You know, I think there's more opportunity for work, and you know, I think the lifestyles will probably suit us better there. And at the time, you know, I was in high school, and I had friends. I had I made a lot of friends, and I didn't want to leave them behind. So constantly I was fighting with them. I was telling him, hey, just leave me behind. I'll stay with my cousin. And then eventually, I just gave up and ended up moving to Melbourne. I went to Gully after that. And first I tried out with the reserves, made the reserve squad, and halfway through the season, my coach got promoted to the seniors, and he brought me up, and he was like, I think some fullback was injured, so he was like, "I'm gonna put you left back." And I've never played defense in my life. I've been playing midfield my whole life.
Yeah.
I did all right there, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep you there." So I was swapping from left to right, and then eventually my brother came, so he was playing on the left, and I was playing on the right.
I think you played against me and my team, and you played on me. Maybe you played on me. Yeah, as a fullback. Yeah.
That's the first time that I seen you.
Yeah, I remember you trying to chop me up. Yeah.
I remember that game. It was you guys
said you want a dirty player.
You kept skinning me, man.
You made the move to Victory, I believe, first in the youth team. Seeing African players getting into that level was exciting, And we were just hoping that you do really well, and you did more than well. Tell me your experience in Melbourne Victory.
Muskie at the time was the coach.
Yeah.
At Victory, so he offered me a 2-year deal, and I immediately started training with the first team, and for me at that time it was a big shock. You're training with Mark Milligan, Archie Thompson, and these are the people that you've been watching on TV. They've been playing in the national team for many years, so you kind of idolize them. So once you're up front and you're seeing them in reality, it's a bit of a shock. But Archie was a top guy, and a lot of them were really good. So they really helped me to to get comfortable. And there was a tournament that I played in Adelaide, so the African Cup in 2013.
Yes.
And, I had a Victory jumper.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing it, and then me and my brother and some mates, were walking at the shop, and then some guy come up to me and he's like, "Oh, do you play for Victory?" And then I was like, I wish. And then my brother was like, "What do you mean you wish?" And
where were you playing then?
At that time, I was in Melbourne, but I went to Adelaide. Yeah, I was still at Western Eagles at that time.
Wow. Okay.
So this is like 2013. Yeah, this is early days. And I was like, "Nah, I wish." And then my brother's like, "What do you mean you wish?"
Yeah.
And then till this day, we always talk about that time. And then we go, a few years down the track, when I signed my 2-year deal, the family was stoked. I think it was, and also for me, like, it was something that I've been working so hard to get. To even just get an opportunity was what I wanted, and to get that 2-year deal, it really helped me and it helped my family. And then the craziest thing is I signed this 2-year deal, and then I played 1 year, and then the next year I go to Holland. So I go to Netherlands to PSV on loan. So every time, like, things just started to get better and better.
Yeah, things happen very fast in football. Things can happen very fast, whether in a good way and a bad way. A couple of years before that, you saying you wish you played for Victory, and now you're going to Holland to play for one of the biggest team in Holland, successful team. So what was that experience?
That was crazy, man. The Olyroos, they had Olympic qualifiers in Qatar. And I think because some players couldn't get released, it wasn't FIFA dates.
Yeah.
Aurelio Vidmar called me up. That was my first camp with the Olyroos. Got my opportunity. I played a game against Vietnam. In that game, that's probably one of the best games I've ever played. Weeks later, the PSV were calling, and it was a crazy moment for me as well, because I'm like, okay, I just got the Victory. I got a 2-year deal. What am I doing? Like, what do I do? Once I got over there, I loved it. Even though it was difficult, and I knew it was going to be difficult. I would never, take it for granted. You know, that experience there has shaped me a lot, actually. One of the best academies in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, you think of the players that have come through there. You know, you got the Brazilian Ronaldo, you got Romario, you got Memphis Depay.
Yeah, unbelievable. You said you remember it being difficult. What part was it difficult? Was it mentally? Was it the football side of thing? What was it?
Everything. So obviously, I went there by myself. So I was living alone. I've never lived on my own before. So I got to cook for myself. You know, I got to clean. I got to get myself to training on time. It made me grow up much faster. You know, I had to mature really fast. And in terms of the football, it's just the high expectations, you know, on the players. This is even higher than when I was at Victory.
Yeah.
You know, if you make a mistake, it's not okay.
So you came back to Victory. You had you know, a couple you know, successful year there, and you on the move to Japan again, and you know, another different country. Now you have to get used to it. You by yourself in Japan, or you
By
have
myself,
family there? By yourself.
No, I'm by myself.
How's the football there, and what's the difference?
My time at Victory, you know, I enjoyed it. I think if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in the position that I am now. But I just got to a point in my career where I needed change. You know, I needed a different environment and to challenge myself, because I felt like I was too comfortable. The quality of the league, and the quality of the players here. It's a very respected league. So for me, it was without a question to come here.
Young players who are watching this or who want to become professional soccer players, you know, you've sacrificed a lot to be where you are. Can you explain to me just your mindset? How do you deal with setbacks, and how do you deal with you being alone? How do you deal with when you played a bad game?
Mindset, that's probably something that I struggled with when I was in Holland. You know, I was very young, so I didn't know how to take things, and I was living alone as well. So if I had a bad day or a bad session, you know, I would go home and I would dwell on it the whole time, and it would just drive me crazy. It got to a point where, like, sometimes I didn't want to go to training, you know. So it was quite difficult when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I've kind of got my own process. You know, I know how to maneuver and I know what to do. Whenever I have a bad game, of course, for me, I'm a harsh critic of myself. So if I have a bad game, I'm going to admit it, you know, and I'm going to watch the game even though I don't want to. You need to have, you know, courage and resilience. And I think also having a balance between football and your outside football as well is very important.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just be fixated on football, and then when it doesn't go right, you go crazy. So it's also about enjoying your life outside of football, whatever you need to do, you know, just to take your mind off things. Always on the phone to my family or my friends or my girlfriend. So that also helps me, you know, to take, you know, the pressure off.
The Olympics, oh my God.
Yeah.
What was that like, man? Because we watched it from Australia, and you know, I remember in Ethiopia, we used to watch the Olympics and watch the Ethiopian runners destroy everyone. Being the captain of the Olyroos, you know, we all watched it in Australia, and we were so excited for you guys, and amazing achievement.
With the process, it took us 3 years to qualify. Competitions in Cambodia and also in China. It was quite difficult to get there, and also in Thailand. We were in Thailand for the qualifiers, and at that time we were playing every 2 days. It wasn't easy, but as soon as we qualified, you know, it was an amazing feeling. Obviously, the last team that qualified was in 2008 for Beijing.
Beijing, yeah.
Yeah. Also, for it to be in Tokyo was perfect for me. I didn't have to travel.
Yeah.
So I met the team here. it just made things a lot easier. A massive achievement, you know, for everyone that was involved. You don't get many opportunities to play at the Olympics or at a World Cup. So when it comes, you need to really enjoy it. And I think we did. You know, the first game playing Argentina. And I remember when the draw came out, everyone was just counted us out straight away. Like, oh, Australia's going to definitely be out straight away. They're going to go home. They'll lose every game. And, you know, come game day, you know, we surprised everyone. And I think they were surprised as well, because I remember coming in after the warm-up, and our third goalkeeper, he was watching in the stands, and he was like, man, these guys are taking the piss. They came out like 10 minutes after us and left 5 minutes before us.
Wow.
So they think it's going to be an easy match.
Yeah.
So come the kickoff, we're just into it straight away.
Yeah.
And I think they were really shocked of how good we were. And I think we shocked the whole world as well. To be captain was a massive honor, you know. And I don't think people understand the significance of that moment. And you can just imagine, you know, these young kids that look up to me or look up to anyone else, turn on the TV and to see a black guy or African guy with an armband.
Yeah.
You know, this will give them, you know, chills.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It gives them a sense of, you know, purpose, or a sense that they can also achieve that. It gives these young kids belief. And that's one thing, you know, me and Awa and a few of the other boys, we try to filter down to the young kids a pathway that they can follow, or, you know, we give them insights, you know, like this interview, that can make it a bit easier for them, you know, when they do find it challenging.
When I was playing for Australia, you know, I found it difficult to look up to someone. Every team I went to, I will always be the first African, maybe one or two. So
I remember that time, mate.
Yeah.
It was you and
so me and Teddy, for a while, and we've come a long way, and I'm just so excited, man. There's so many of you doing really great job, being role models. Congratulations on that. And
thank you, appreciate it.
We hope to see Australia qualify for more Olympics.
Hopefully the next one.
Yeah, maybe the Olympics should be in Asia all the time. It seems like every time we qualify, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you want a footballer, a soccer player, what would you be doing right now?
When I was in school, I actually wanted to be a personal trainer.
Okay.
At the time, so I was really into fitness and into gym and all that stuff. And yeah, that's probably what I would have been doing.
You would have been a PT, huh?
Yeah, maybe PT.
Oh, nice. I reckon you'd be a good PT.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you bulked up already big, so easy to sell. What is football to you?
Football is everything to me. It's everything, because without it, I wouldn't have anything.
It's just a round ball. It's giving you this lifestyle.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable if you think about it, because if football doesn't exist, then, you know, the game is just, it's so powerful. You know, it's so underrated. It's powerful for inclusion. You know, it's powerful for diversity. It's powerful to bring people together, countries together. It's massive. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Football is everything. It's everything for a lot of people. You know, if you had to give an advice for young players or who are watching this video, or they don't have to be soccer players, just in general, everything that you've achieved so far and everything you are wanting to achieve, what would be the advice you would give?
To believe in yourself. Obviously, you're gonna have your ups and downs. You know, every experience and everything that you go through will shape who you are. It will shape your mindset and how you take things. So don't feel like you have to impress anyone or you have to go out of your way. Just be you. That's the most important thing. And if you believe in yourself, then everything is fine.
Yeah, definitely great answer. As a youngster, people say, just believe in yourself, just believe in yourself. But yeah, it's easy to say that. But when you have all these doubts, when you have all these negative thoughts coming to you, it's very hard to believe in yourself. It's more like, how do you control all the negative thoughts they're going to come to you? Because if they can get that right, the mindset,
exactly,
and self-doubt, then absolutely anything is possible, you know. So